What's up, guys? Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Quest Heroes! Alright, we're still defending Collosea. Before we begin the next fight, though, I want to show off a couple things on the world map. So when we get over here and try to select our destination, after we've completed a major stage, a lot of things will open up for us. So we will unlock the ability to do refights against a lot of the major bosses, and then we'll unlock the grinding areas that are each respective map for each major area that we clear. So for instance, I showed that off in one of the previous videos, but up here we can go and refight the green dragon again from earlier. We can refight the Gigantus, and we can go down and fight an entire mob of slimes in the middle of a field somewhere, which is actually a pretty fun, pretty tranquil grinding spot. So I definitely want to take advantage of those. I will be refighting every single boss off screen unless I have a new strategy I want to show off against it, which I typically don't. But yeah, I'll be doing every refight for the sake of getting experience, and they can drop some treasure after you do the refights, so it's definitely a good idea to take advantage of that. Plus, I'm OCD, and I like to clear off that nude notification on the world map there, that exclamation point. So, we're still defending the mayor, and he is under an onslaught of dangerous monsters, so time to clear them out. By doing so, we're going to be utilizing our monster allies quite heavily in this fight. So as you can see, we have monsters coming from two different directions. There's two major maw keepers at each end, so we basically need to run all the way down the center and get rid of them. The mayor's already has a fairly large amount of his health already missing, which is really annoying. But we're going to try to go all the way down here and get rid of that maw keeper at the very end. That way enemies will stop coming from this direction. In the meantime, he hopefully can hold his own, and we can get some really good monster tokens, some really good sentries to place there to defend him against the enemies coming from the other direction. So we defeated that maw keeper. Let me switch over to Alena. This would be a great opportunity to talk about Alena a little bit more. So Alena is, in Dragon Quest IV, is one of the best DPS characters you can possibly have. She is a pure physical fighter in Dragon Quest IV. She has no MP and no magical attacks. She's purely pure strength, and she fights well unarmed or with the Falcon Knife earrings, which allow her to double attack, which is really cool. In this game, she does have what technically amount to spells, except they're just abilities that augment her fighting, essentially, but that's just kind of the style of combat we have here. The only problem with Alena is that she's a bit squishy, so I will be investing a lot of points into things like defense and HP for her, just to even things out a little bit, because Alena is also one of the strongest DPS characters against a single target that's available to you in this game, so she can deal outrageous amounts of damage to a single target. See, I'm having to haul ass back over to the mayor here and start deploying some monster tokens, because there's golems showing up now, which will really... they will kill him really quick if I don't get rid of them. So, I'm going to be using the Blizzard Slash Extender to deal massive damage to the golem and hopefully take him out. And then we will deploy him as a monster token, and he should be able to hold the line and protect the mayor. We got a new monster token there, a new sentry, the Hammer Hood. And I may need to deploy one of these guys just to pick up the golem. Unfortunately, that's fine. Okay, so we got a golem medal. Yay! He takes up a lot of spaces on our monster token slots down there. But don't worry, there are ways we can expand that later in the game. So anyway, Alena, yeah, if you unlock her Divide and Conquer ability, and then combo that either with Multi-Fist or with one of her charged punches by holding down triangle, she can deal outrageous amounts of damage to a single target. So she is a boss destroyer in this game. But, like I said, she's very squishy, so we do need to keep her alive as best as possible. So I will be using her very, very often, but I typically don't like using her against big hordes of enemies. I typically like the Lucius and Aurora for that. But Alena will pretty much be a permanent party member for the rest of the game, and if I can help it. So Kiril I'm actually liking a lot more in this playthrough than I did my previous time through, although he's not perfect, and I will be replacing him before too long, but he's really, you know, showing his value and proving his worth in this run through, especially because I just like his spear combat a little bit better this time through. I don't know what it is, it just works better for me. I just feel like I was playing him wrong the previous time through. And the amount of damage he's dealing is actually really, really good. I just never considered Kiril to be an offensive character when you consider how he is in Dragon Quest IV. But yeah, his Thunder Thrust is really, really good, as perverted as that sounds. And so he also has that Kabuff ability like I talked about, which will really help us out later on with defending us against damage from tough enemies. And I'll talk more about Kiril later on. But I want to talk a little bit about Alena's character in Dragon Quest IV. So she is the daughter of the Tsar of whatever city they're from. I can't remember the name of it. So that's why they call her Tsarevna. And I believe her father was killed by some monster that was early on in that chapter. And Kiril and a man named Boria were her royal bodyguards, essentially, and her chapter was one of my favorites. There's a particular boss that you fight in her chapter that we may or may not be seeing later on in this game. But yeah, she's one of my favorite ladies in all of Dragon Quest. She's spunky and she has a funky accent, and I'm quite fond of her name. Man, this small keeper over here spawned a crap ton of zombies. See if we can get rid of those. There we go. Ha ha ha! Nice. I'm gonna Thunder Thrust the crap out of you. Alright, time to show off Kiril's Coup de Gras. So we're in high tension mode right now, hopefully dealing some good damage. Not too great. As you can see, 11 damage or 13 damage per hit with him with a normal spear attack. The charge attacks are dealing like 50, 60 damage though. It's pretty good. Everyone who's ever played Dragon Quest IV knows exactly what's going on here. Nice. So, again, Kiril casts Thwack there, which is a multi-targeting instant death spell. Whack being the single-targeting instant death spell. But obviously, Whack and the other instant death spells in Dragon Quest have a very, very low hit percentage because, of course they do. That's typical par for the course in most of these JRPGs. So that's the joke, essentially. It's really funny that they actually show the on-screen evidence of that happening. So I don't know if we said before or not, we actually have enemy heal slimes now, which can be really annoying. They're easy to kill, although we don't really want to kill those cute little guys. But they can heal enemies. They're typically not very good at it. Sometimes heal slimes can have other unique abilities, such as poisoning you and things like that. There's other varieties of them called Man of War and things like that, because they do look like jellyfish, honestly. So even though Lucius got knocked out there, he's still here for the finale. Obviously, he's fine. Yeah, characters don't have to be alive at the end of a fight to get experience or to participate in the ending. Like, you're fine if a character gets knocked out. You don't have to go to the church and get a resurrection on them. Okay, so we're going to transition right into the next battle, and I'm going to be doing something experimental here with this. I wanted to show on screen, now this is something I want to do throughout the game, and I want to get your guys' opinion on this. I wanted to show on screen me purchasing new abilities with ability points for all the characters, but I wasn't sure how to go about doing that because I know you guys would be in agony watching this happen live on screen, so I decided to splice it in with the actual on-screen action. So let me know what you guys think of this. So you guys can see the combat is moving along and it doesn't disrupt the flow of gameplay, and I can still show everybody's important abilities on screen. So Alena, I got Divide and Conquer for her finally, and I got some strength for her. With Kiril, I definitely want to get some maybe some strength and defense for him. I got Kaba for him, which is really important, so we'll be demonstrating that hopefully in this fight. And let's see, he has a character-specific, or a special ability defense boost, so we'll go ahead and get that for him. We'll get his strength increases, and maybe his defense increases as well. So as far as what's going on in the map right now, again, I'm trying to get to the very end of the map to get rid of the We're increasing Kiril's wisdom, by the way, and his HP if we can help it. We're trying to get to the very end of the map and get rid of those Maw Keepers over there. There's a chest right here. The reason why we're doing this is, again, it's essentially the same type of mission as what we just did, except we're defending the Yggdrasil route instead of the Mayor, so it's essentially the same thing. For Aurora, I'm going to go ahead and get Frost Slash, and Frost Slash is going to be very important for this particular fight and from here on out, because we are going to be going up against some tough enemies that we want to stun and stagger. So if Frost Slash is powerful enough, we'll be able to freeze an enemy in place, which is going to be very important because we're going to be going up against some saber-tooth tigers in this fight. Actually, they just spawned in. So I don't know if you saw it, if you were paying attention to my abilities I was unlocking, or if you were actually looking at the combat. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'm not sold on that approach, but I want to talk about the upgrades that I get, and short of writing 10,000 notes for this Let's Play, which I should probably be doing because that's the responsible thing to do. There wasn't a whole lot of other ways I could implement it. I didn't want to stop what I'm talking about in terms of gameplay to show off those changes. But I wanted you guys to be able to at least see what I'm going for in terms of my setup, because I think that's very important to this game. But I didn't want to disrupt the natural flow of the combat, because I wanted to keep this Let's Play as close to just the core experience of the game as possible, so cutting out a lot of busy work and a lot of not plot-critical dialogue. So we're going to go ahead and use Alena's Coup de Gras here. We're in high tension mode now. And you can see this is divide and conquer, so it's going to create 2 mirages of her. It costs a crap ton of MP to cast, although we have it limited right now because we're in high tension. Let's see what her coup de grace is like. Wow, holy crap. That was pretty effective, not to mention a bit unusual for Alena. I wonder if they just didn't really know what to do with her coup de grace, because all she does is punch things. But that was pretty damn cool, I'll give them that. So there's the what is it called? Great Sabre Cat or something like that? Yeah, Great Sabre Cat. Of course, the name Great Sabre just makes me think of Zoids, but that's another video, or that's another Let's Play coming soon. So these guys are very tough. They have some very strong physical attacks. They can overwhelm you pretty quickly. And obviously they're the most important enemy we can be fighting because they have a visible health bar on screen and an exclamation point next to them. So I'm going to be using Aurora with the Frost Slash in an attempt to stun this guy in place. It worked pretty well there at first, but he broke out of it really fast. So the tougher the enemy, the more quickly they'll break out of the frozen. But yeah, just our raw DPS with Aurora and timing that Blizzard Slash really carefully is enough to take this guy out. But Lucius deals the final blow. I don't know what you guys think. I think maybe Alena was the MVP in this fight. Yeah, a couple enemies left, including these armor guys, which are really... I'm going to have to figure out what their names are. They're really annoying because you can't attack them directly head-on because of their shields. Of course, Kiril's Maelstrom just blew right through them, which is pretty cool. Alright, enemies are retreating. Yeah, we'll be fighting a lot more of those armored enemies coming up soon, and they can be quite annoying.
For you! We did it!